Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's going down, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get up, get your body moving. You are now rocking with the best. First Sky Omaha Radio, Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd. All of you, the chat chimers, come on in. Yo, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning. This show is dedicated to you, the chat chimers, the ghost listeners.
Hey.
All y'all. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Once again, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd. No Star Trek Rich this morning, so we are live from a couple of different places this morning.
Man.
Call it People in the Seven Studios or The Void, aka The Void.
Hey.
Also we're live, of course, from Life is God Studios in Atlanta.
Man.
we're live
Lag
from
Labs.
space. How about that? Live,
you know that's
outer
the place.
Space. Yep. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and thanks for joining us once again. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. You kind of low over there, buddy.
Am I?
Yep.
Hello.
Can y'all hear, buddy?
Hello. Is it me you're looking
like
for?
I'm real loud, but you went away. Where'd you go? Oh, I know what happened. Got it.
You turned me down.
You're connected to the music.
Ah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
See? Man.
Can you hear me now?
See what happens when Star Trek Rich ain't around? I'll tell you what.
Man.
Hey, we got a good morning from Miss Erica Felt. We missed you Wednesday.
Hey.
You notice you weren't there. So good morning to you. Pops gives us a good Friday morning, First Squad and fam. Miss Erica Felt says, Happy National Child Care's Provider Appreciation Day.
Okay.
Up.
Definitely appreciate you. Yes.
Judy Prinzler gives us a morning, First Sky family. Good morning to you as well. Ron's Review says, working this morning. Got my ears on though. Heard that, man. Be safe driving. Be safe.
Yeah, man.
Leia Keister says, Happy Friday. Yeah, it is Friday, man.
Man,
I'm looking forward to the weekend. Big time. Brother Muhammad gives us Assalamu alaikum, family. Good morning to you. Alaikum salam.
Yes.
Brianna Full says, good morning with some sunshine. Miss Erica Fell says, yep. Wanda Lewis says, good morning. Miss Erica Fell says, migraine was kicking me Wednesday. Ooh. I'm gonna miss them migraines, boy.
Man.
Yeah.
Used to get them real bad back in the day.
Me too, man. 9th grade was ooh. But then I figured out if you like 14, 15 getting them in getting migraines, it's for other reasons. You didn't ate a whole bunch of Snickers bars and you stayed up all night playing video games.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
Went to school and play basketball, then you fell out. So
yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't really gotten migraines since I started wearing like corrective lenses and things like that. I was diagnosed glaucoma suspect at like real young. So I would have to take the test and all that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, man. It was kind of scary for a little bit, man. They thought I might have, might be the Stevie Wonder.
Oh man.
But yeah, I guess my retina was oversized or something.
She's trying to see everything all the time. That's what
man
is always looking. Chelsea Erpelding gives us a good morning. Good morning to you. A Facebook user from says morning from the chat chimers, ghost listeners, and the culture keepers.
Ooh, okay, that's a new one. I like that.
I gotta find out who said that. You're over there on who said that over on Friends of First Sky Omaha.
Who was that? Can't forget about the first time and the last time listeners. Welcome.
There you go. First time and last time.
Yeah. Somebody gonna hear something. They're like,
forget these guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I'm voting for Herbster.
Yeah. Yeah, probably one of those switchers. People who jumped across the aisle.
Right. So many of them. Oh, that's Von Chapman. What's happening,
Okay,
brother Chapman?
hey,
Good
top
morning
of the
to you.
morning.
Friday, May 6th, 2022. Did anybody do anything for Cinco de Mayo yesterday? Let
I
us
actually,
know.
yeah, me and the wife went out, got some, man, some bomb fajitas, man.
Man,
If you're
okay.
ever if you're ever in the Atlanta area, No Mas Cantina, check it out. No Mas
No mas.
Cantina. Man, I'm telling you, by the time we got done with that fajita, I
You
was
don't
like,
need
No
no mas.
Mas, No Mas. I see why they named it that.
Man, just
Mm.
pull out on the plate, huh?
Man, had it, with the iron sizzling,
Yeah.
had chicken, shrimp, and some grilled veggies. Man, the veggies was the highlight. I'll be honest. I don't know what
Okay.
they did to them veggies, but
They season them up with that meat.
man, maybe got a little bit of that fat on there.
There you
Maybe,
go.
maybe. But yeah, wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. They had some nice authentic Mexican art around, had like some wicker chandeliers. Real nice, real nice.
That's what's
It
up,
actually
man.
have like an artisan market attached to it, but we got there kind of late, so the market was closed. But again, if you're
Uh,
ever in the Atlanta area, check out No Mas Cantina. It's
well,
kind of in the midtown
everywhere
downtown.
I go, I gotta go find my taco joint. Whatever city I'm in, gotta go find that first.
Well, man,
Just have
also, if you remember when I first got here, I already found my taco spot within like a week of being here on the south side. It's a spot called Zuby's. That's the one with the jerk chicken tacos.
ooh, okay,
Yeah, with the mango salsa.
that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah,
Southside. What's
man.
up? Stacey Jean gives us a good morning. First Sky Omaha family and friends. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and gap fillers.
Okay. Gap fillers, huh? Yeah, you read it right. You read it right.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but you
Yeah.
read it right.
Let us know what that is. Brother Muhammad says double duty on YouTube. That's right. If you are on YouTube, please give us a like and a share and all that good stuff over there on
Man.
YouTube. Steady growing those numbers. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna get back up now that we're over 100. Got to get back on the algorithm game
Yeah.
and change some things around on the page so we can make the page a little bit more attractive and all that good stuff now.
Get some
So we'll be
thumbnails
doing
going.
that. Also, if you're joining us on Facebook, please do us a favor and share the show on your page so we get as many people in the conversation as possible today. It is the 6th of May. So I don't know, I'm just trying to find out what everybody did for Cinco de Mayo. If you did anything, if you got a little tequila hangover this morning or something, what's going on with you? How you feeling?
Man,
Because
got into a
Mr.
little
Sergafeld called you big retina
Ah.
having fun.
It's all right. It's all right. I got my specs.
There you go. Also, Mr. Circumfell says those of us that have to fill in the gaps for mothers. Oh, okay, I see gap fillers like mother and father. It's why I have 7 sons, even though I only birthed 2.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
So no, not mother and father. You're talking about
like
filling
adopted
in the gap.
mothers.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's what's
Shout
up.
out to Michelle. She got like, a lot of babies she taking care
Man,
of.
call her a big adopted babies all the time.
Man, Mama
Stacey
Michelle.
Jean says gap fillers are the aunts and grandmothers who step in when the mothers isn't in the child's life. Okay.
Man, I didn't know
Gap
that's what they were
fillers.
called.
That's what's up. Right. Okay. Holding it together for those that are not present. Gap. Avoid. That's what's
Okay.
up, man.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all got something. It seems like y'all more excited about Mother's Day. Y'all got something planned for the mothers out there. Shout out to all the mothers and the gap fillers, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like gap filler ain't it. I don't know.
Do you need a new name for it?
Yeah. Step upper or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll figure. You know us. We'll like to figure out some nicknames on stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But
But,
you got any plans for Mother's Day?
Mother's Day? No, not really. Don't know what's going on yet. Don't even know what is the day. What is Mother's Day? I'm not even sure.
It's either I think it's Sunday. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I do have some plans with the family this weekend. So,
Okay.
not
Okay.
necessarily Mother's Day plans, but
Taking
there'll be some mothers around. I'll say that.
taking the wife and the mother-in-law to the beach for the first time.
Right near the beach.
Man, I didn't know we were that close to the beach, man. Right near the beach.
That's
So
what's
they're
up.
gonna go. Yeah, gonna go for the first time. They haven't seen the shores.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. I love it. I love it. That's always a good day. What's the weather like out there?
Beautiful. Man,
Yeah.
it's been gorgeous. It's been gorgeous out here. I ain't gonna rub it in, but gorgeous.
It's been cool and rainy out here.
See,
Not too bad, not too bad, but
it's
real
like
cool.
those spring showers.
It's like yeah, exactly, like spring showers. I kinda go back and forth on the heat, on turning on the heat and turning on the air conditioner. We're in that space right now where they go back and forth in one day. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is.
gotta find that
Anyway,
balance.
thanks for joining us. Just to let you know, we do have some special guests that are coming in the house today. And, we have Senator Tony Vargas, put some respect on his name, that's gonna come,
Hey,
through today. He was supposed to come last week, or we thought he was supposed to come last week, but we had the date wrong, so if you were anticipating him, he's gonna be in today. And, we also have, another guest today, Jamin Johnson, from the health department is gonna be on to talk to us a little bit about what's going on, because we got some COVID news and some things to talk about today a little bit.
mm.
The J&J shot.
Man, blood clots, man.
Man,
Yeah,
J&J shots tripping.
I mean, I've been hearing whispers about that for the last year or so. I'll be honest, that is partially the reason why I have not been vaccinated.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Can't trust it, man. All the other mitigating factors, mask, wearing hands, social distancing, those seem to have been doing the trick for me. So,
I hear that. Yeah, yeah. I hear that. And it just really I guess it depends on like how out you are as well. You know, how much you got to do, you got to be out.
yeah, I mean, I
Um,
DJ, but I be in that booth. Don't come too close,
no request, baby. No request.
man.
Over the top. Oh man. Yes, Ceci G said Mother's Day is the second Sunday in May, so it's coming on up. Rome's Review says Friday Mariachi Zapata, Saturday Cinco
Okay,
de Mayo parade, Sunday Mother's Day
okay,
brunch. Got a
man.
full
Eventful
weekend.
weekend, yeah,
Full
man.
weekend ahead.
It is Friday, so maybe we'll try getting an extensive haps.
We will. We will. We're definitely going to talk about what's going on at the Benson Theater tonight. We're going to extend the celebration with Mariachi Zapata that's coming to the
Hey,
Benson Theater, man. Some live music. It's going down. It's first Friday tonight too, man. So there's the art walk out there. First Friday's going down in Benson.
man.
Yeah, lots happening this evening for real.
I will say I do miss DJing the first Fridays. I was like the first Friday, Benson first Friday official DJ for like 2 or 3 years, man. Good time, good time. Shout out to the BFF crew. I think they have an event coming up at the what it was the shops. I forget the name of their pet shops.
Oh, pet shops. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they got
Uh,
all kinds of stuff popping off right now, man. The weather's getting better. It's like that time when they start chiming up. So yeah, shout out to BFF, our partners over there, Benson First Friday Cats.
man,
It's going down over there, man. You'd be amazed about how many of us get to walking around down there and seeing some art, and even the artists that are putting stuff up all around. So, man, it's a good mix of folks. You think it's going to just be like a whole bunch of hipsters walking around, but it's actually a good mix of everybody around this time of year too. So, so yeah, we're looking forward to being. It's our first year of the doors open of the theater, and we're like part of the neighborhood during Benson First Fridays. Benson Day is coming up where they block off the street. We're gonna be in there, so
mm-hmm.
it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool. So
Exciting, man, exciting.
lots going on, but we got to be careful because these little these COVID strains are on the
Man,
rise again and moving around again in a big way. People coming
yep.
down with it.
Talked
So
about it on Wednesday, hitting close to home. Both Michelle's parents, Mama God, dealing
yeah,
with it.
so COVID is still out there. We still got to protect ourselves from it. And now they're trying to trip on J&J. We'll come back and talk about it. Let's give them the rundown of what we're going to talk about today and get the show going.
Yeah, man, definitely be talking about the J&J situation. Of course, as Paul mentioned, we'll be having Senator Tony Vargas coming through to talk about what their plans are on the South Side. Again, $55 million going to the South Side. So what are the plans? So we'll get into that. Also, more housing conversations. Yeah, more of the same, man. I mean, that Omaha had a conversation. There's some comments, public input, if you will, being given, but more TIF projects. The
Mm,
Dizzy Mule is the newest one. I don't know if y'all heard
mm.
about this, but we'll talk about it. We'll
Yeah,
talk
lots to
about it.
talk about there.
Yeah. Oh, the greenhouse. Almost forgot about that. The greenhouse. I was looking at it. The headline said no more empty pots, but no more empty pots. 75 North coming together for a greenhouse.
Right.
Food desert. I say we need it.
Yeah, most def. They announced it the other day, so we'll definitely get into talking about that and see what you in the chat thinks about what that the new greenhouse finally getting some action over there.
Man, it's been sitting there vacant for a couple years, so we'll talk about the plans, and of course, if there's anything on your hearts, your minds, let it be free. Let your voice be heard. Let us know, what's going on, and we'll discuss it. 2 hours. No Star Trek Rich. Just us. Let's go.
Live from the void. Let's do it. Good morning. Once again, thanks for joining us. This is First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd. No Star Trek Rich today, and we are live from the void today. So I hear people in the 7 studios in Omaha, Nebraska, and also Life is God studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Our respective studios going down. Got a good morning from Brooke Allen. Good morning to you. Brianna Full says, I'm so excited about the greenhouse. Okay, so we got some excitement about the greenhouse. I love that.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. And so, well, yeah, thank you very much. And thanks for joining us. Again, if you're on Facebook, please share the show so we can get as many people talking as possible. And thank you if you're over on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you over there too. I see Brother Muhammad over there. I see Mayor Sanchez over there. Tamika Johnson's over there on YouTube. So yeah, appreciate that very much for you checking us out over there as well. Give us a like and share, and share it to some other folks too, so we can get those numbers up on YouTube. In the meantime, it is Friday. It is May the 6th. Let us know if you did anything for Cinco de Mayo, if you were waiting for the weekend. I know that there's going to be a parade and stuff happening tomorrow. So,
man,
for the first time in like 3 years, they're finally able to do that. So, yeah, appreciate that. Brother Muhammad said he's over there too on YouTube. Appreciate that very much.
Hey.
So yeah. So anyway, yeah, let's get the party started. We got a couple guests coming in today. But Senator Tony Vargas is coming through, and Jamin Johnson is coming through from the health department. We'll talk to him about what's going on here with probably COVID and everything else that's going on. Right,
man, it's
right.
a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yep. In the meantime, buddy, what's on your brain this morning?
Yeah, let's kick off this whole thing with some housing conversations, continuing, and actually there's a month-long series of housing conversations and affordable housing seminars or forums, if you will, that'll be happening throughout the city. And actually, this is a response or a follow-up, if you remember, the Habitat for Humanity home ownership program that was announced earlier this year. Seems like they've been getting overwhelmed, man, which I guess it's a double-edged sword. It's a good problem that people, are trying and reaching out and attempting to get home ownership and partake in this program. But again, it's too much. That's according to Tracy McPherson of Habitat for Humanity, who said the need for affordable housing this year has been too much to bear at times. Apparently, once the announcement of Habitat's home ownership program was released, they were bombarded with calls, actually to the tune of over 3,000 phone calls. They said, actually, McPherson says, I believe we crashed the phone system 4 times. Man, she says that tells you the desperation people are feeling over their housing needs. It's kind of a perfect storm, if you will. McPherson added that the pandemic, along with its after effects, have led to a low inventory of homes and actually has led to higher prices of homes, which we'll be getting into a little later on with this Dizzy Mule project that's been recently announced. But many homeowners said that they have gone into debt while trying to make ends meet. Actually, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, 30% of homeowners, their income should be going to housing, which is the definition of affordable housing. And I use air quotes because we know that that's not the case. According to McPherson, she says we're seeing up to 60% of household income go towards housing needs. And how is the city of Omaha responding? And by giving residents a chance to speak their minds on how it should move forward on a proposed solution. The proposed solution is called the Omaha Housing Affordability Action Plan, which will be a guide that will be used to direct future decisions on housing. Grace Thomas, who is actually a South Omaha resident, said that the housing problem is widespread, saying that she has friends who've been waiting or wanting to purchase a house for several years, but now can't afford to. She went on to say, I also know folks who are being priced out of their neighborhood. So we've kind of talked about this in the past as far as the prospect and the inevitable possibility of communities being destroyed as a result of this. Again, if anyone knows anyone from the Missing Middle Housing Organization, this is something that they're discussing, and I definitely want to talk to them because this is a real issue. Again, according to Thomas, who lives in South Omaha, she says that she'd like to see the city allow for more townhouses, duplex, multifamily homes, opposed to just single family units, which again is something that the Missing Middle organization is attacking. There's either single family units, which those prices are going up, or you have these mixed income, work, living type situations like we saw with Boys Town Hospital in the downtown area. More of those facilities will be popping up, and we already know those apartments aren't cheap and also don't really lead to more community building. Again, a lot of people just go in the building, go to their apartment, don't really interact or mingle, so it doesn't really lead to much community, much sense of community. And if there's not a sense of community, then people are not as likely to invest and be active in the community.
Right.
Again, where are the solutions? Looking for public input. I don't know if anyone made it to this first hearing. I think they had that this week, and more to come. So if you are interested in joining that conversation, there will be opportunity.
Yeah, Noise, as a matter of fact, Noise put something up here with a bunch of
Yep.
dates on it. We keep showing this. So this is the first one Monday. Next one will be wait a minute. No, what was the dates here we're looking at? Fifth.
The second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth.
Oh, right.
They've
Okay.
been going all week.
All week. So the next one will be the 9th, it looks like. The 9th at 7:30. Livestock Exchange building that's over on the south side. So yeah, let us know if anybody in the chat went to this. Von Chapman in the chat is saying unless and until there is a living wage that is tied to increase in rents, aka affordable housing will be hard to attain for real. Brianna Full says at the Gifford Park Neighborhood Association meeting last night, Danny Bagley and the mayor's chief economic advisor couldn't even explain what affordable housing standards were, even though the affordable housing plan has already established what definition they're using. Very strange. Yeah, strange, not really. I think they, it's a
They
par for the
know.
course, right? They can't even recite their own plan, which is not a plan that is that is even a good definition. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for that report from the Gifford Park Neighborhood Association meeting. I like that. That's really interesting. Yeah, so this is something, is what I heard though is that Omaha kind of came out and chimed up on these things. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I expect the people to do something because it's the people that's being affected. It's the
Steph,
city that's not doing anything. Yeah, we
yeah,
just posted a link in the chat. At the bottom of this article is a survey. So if you can't make it to these hearings, you can participate in the survey to kind of let your mind, be known and let your voice be heard as far as affordable housing in Omaha.
yeah. And the worst part about it is, first of all, Omaha doesn't hardly ever do any of these kind of town halls and talk to the people in the first place.
Nope.
So shout out to them for finally doing that part. But then the next part is we'll have all these meetings and everybody will be talking and nothing will really get addressed or move on this. So at the same time, all this stuff is happening, there's still developers out there that are doing exactly what developers aren't supposed to be doing, which is clearing out neighborhoods,
Man,
taking over stuff, building apartment complexes, you know, getting TIF money to do some of it, and then the affordability of it, of course, is wherever they think that range is. Who knows what that range is? These apartments in these places out here that want you to have want you to be making 3 times more than your rent. They only set that out there so that they can guarantee, they just want to have people that have a certain amount of money, that can bring in a certain amount of money, so that their rent always gets paid. It's a safety thing for those apartment complexes. That ain't no definition of affordable housing. Like,
nope.
every time somebody says that, I cringe. Like, that's not, no. You don't have affordable housing if it's only spending you a third of your income. That's just a thing they threw out there for their own safety.
Just a
But
buzzword.
right, I mean, there really still is no real definition of affordable housing. Brother Muhammad in the chat says, affordable housing for whom? Definition of affordable: via income. If you're receiving government assistance, same old shite. Different utilization of words, for sure. Von Chapman says, when you understand who controls market rates, you understand why affordable housing is controlled and not affordable. Yeah. So this is ongoing conversation with us because of this, because of that. It's messed up, really.
Man.
A third of high income, right? What do you got to be making in order to pay $1,000 a month rent on something?
Well, I just crunched the numbers according to Google, and this is the United States Census Bureau source. Median income for Omaha is $32,305. 30% of that is $9,691.50. You divide that by 12, break that down to each month. So in total, first of all, you're only supposed to be paying $9,600. This is the median. $9,600. That's the average amount that Omahans are supposed to be paying on housing per year. That breaks it down to about $807 a month. Where can you find housing for $807 a month? That's real affordable housing, according to the definition that they set for themselves.
I don't even know if those numbers all the way right, man, because we're not talking about taxes. We're not talking about a whole lot. You're talking about take home. You're talking about take home 32,000 a year.
It's median income. This is median income for an individual.
Well, that's so the numbers they don't break down quite that much. If you're making 32,000 a year, then you're probably getting 15 of that or 10 of that taken out from taxes. You know what I'm saying?
So it's even lower, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Doing the math on 60,000 a year, you basically, after taxes, are taking home around 3,500 a month. And then what's the third of that one? Well, you're still looking at $800-900 or somewhere around there. I'm not trying to do the math in my head, but you understand.
I just crunched it for 60,000 a year, not taking into account taxes. Just 60,000 a year median income. 30% of that a month would be about $1,500 on rent.
What I'm saying is you gotta factor in taxes, because you're making 60,000 a year, but you're only taking home like 47. 46,000 a year, somewhere around there, because of taxes. So you'd have to do the math off the 46. While you're doing that real quick, Miss Erica Phelps says a third of high income. Tom Pinston says, morning, love for Sky Omaha. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
Erica Phelps says, nowhere is that available in Omaha.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So even including taxes, 30% of that is only about $1,150, $1,150.
Yeah. So you got to make $60,000 to pay an $1,100 rent, basically.
Yep.
So you got that. So we're looking at in the median income, like you said, is 32,000. So really, if we did the math on that, if we took taxes out of 32,000, which would be a little bit less, it'd probably be around, I'm guessing around eight grand, somewhere around there.
Miss Erica Felder saying government goes by gross, so they're not including taxes.
They're not including taxes.
which
Okay.
is even worse. Like if we're taking in taxes, like
I mean, how would
because
you
you
ever
do got to pay, you
right.
do have to pay taxes.
How would you ever be up how would you ever be well, how would it ever be a third of your income, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Like Miss Wanda
Uh,
Lewis said, make it make sense.
make it make sense. The government goes by gross. Von Chapman says, so you work for paying house and forget about your life, right? Also, using Buddy's numbers, those who have children and childcare expenses can't afford affordable housing. That's
Man,
yeah, because that's supposed to be
man.
for one person. Sackerfeld says when you apply for assistance, the government doesn't let you discount taxes. They use your before tax income.
Yep.
Yeah, that's even worse
Like Mama God said, no matter what, it's not affordable.
in a way. Make it make sense. um, Mama God, yeah, but the third does include gross income, not net, not affordable, no matter what. Right? That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
Like
right,
it's
right.
even worse. It's even worse. If you to actually be able to afford it, you have to pull in taxes. You have to pull in what you're actually going to end up making
And you
because
know the government is not gonna not taxes.
you're right. So I mean, if you're going to go in, if you're going in, even at that 60,000 a year we were talking about, if you're going to go in off of that, and you can a third, it breaks down to like 1,500 a month. Um, when if you're only getting 3,000 a month, you're spending half of your money right there on rent. If you go with a $1,500 option, so and you have to this next apartment complex that we're talking about is the 3 bedrooms
Yeah,
are something like $1,700, $1,800.
man, we're just gonna get into that. The Dizzy
Let's get
Mule,
into it. Yep.
$35 million project coming to the Millwork Commons area. So that's kind of around the Mastercraft downtown Nodo area.
Which is what we have determined is North Side, no
Yes,
matter what they want to call it.
I mean it's a
Straight
hop,
up.
skip, and a jump from Kellum. You know, it's right there by the Deuce. It's right there. It's North Omaha. It's North Omaha, and
Straight
again,
up.
$35 million project. Of course, they're tapping TIF for some of that. 4.9 million
Another
in
TIF
TIF.
project.
Yep, and more TIF going to this project. And according to what Paul was mentioning, some of the numbers: 1750 for a 3-bedroom unit, 825 for a 500 square foot studio. Make it make sense.
I
This
mean,
again, this is how the city is responding.
I mean, that's I don't know, man. That's there's more to it. There's more to it. Let's get into it because there's so much to say about this particular project that's coming. They're all excited about it. They're announcing it's coming. They gave it a quirky name. It's gonna be real fun. A 500 square foot unit is $800. Who can live in that? Who can live in that studio? You got kids and you living in the five, you know what I'm saying? You got $800.
Man,
So there's so much to it. It's on the north side. Again, nobody's really addressing like uh it's in places in the north side where it's not necessarily displacing people, but it's still the north side. It's still like, can we have some affordable housing on the north side, please? They want to call it Nodo, they want to call it downtown, so on and so forth, but basically it's the north side. And once again, market rate.
yeah.
3 bedrooms going for $1,800. 500 square feet going for $800. Nobody's going to be able to. No working class people is going to really be able to get down with that. So it is what it is. Brooke says, you have to have two working people in a household for it to work.
Yeah, again, this 60,000 income is for a household.
Brianna Full said pigs will fly before a developer puts up a new apartments with decently sized units for 800 or less a month. She ain't lying. Mr. Fell says, isn't Mule also known as Jackass? Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Burro. In the spirit of
Yep.
Cinco de Mayo. We can call it a burro today. Wanda Lewis
Man.
is replying to Brooks says they insisted that you have to be single to qualify for certain benefits, but is being single really beneficial? Let's get married today.
Man. I mean,
Uh,
you kind of get into it. That's how the black family was dismantled.
bro, one of the reasons why I didn't get married for a long, long, long time was because of the fact that I was like, it hit me early on. Oh, poor people get married so they can pay the bills. Ain't no
Man.
reason. That ain't a reason to get married.
Nah,
No wonder
nah.
things be falling apart all over the place all the time. Because like you got into it for the what kind of reason is that? You gonna hook up with somebody. I mean, it's like it turns it's a business transaction. Let's just go half on the rent.
Unfortunately,
I mean, and that's a real thing. Like what do working class people, poor people, I ain't even gonna call them poor people. What do people who have less money
trying to make ends meet.
trying to make ends meet supposed to be doing? Juan Lewis said, "What's love got to do with it? We got to pay the rent."
Mm.
Hot topic, all fired up. That's what's up. Miss Erica Fell says, "I know too many that have gotten married just for health insurance." Ain't that
There you
stupid?
go.
Yeah, that ain't me, bro. Not me.
There you go.
No. Let's take a quick break, man, because this is a hot topic here.
Yeah. Chat's going off.
We can get into it. One more. Brother Chapman says, "Will the new jobs on 24th Street corridor created and supported and underwritten by the city and private donors make life more affordable for those employed there?" That's a good question.
Hopefully, we don't know what they're paying. If you have a little more information on those jobs or a link, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. This is what Miss Erica. This is what we're talking about. Miss Erica Phelps says, and too many that ended up divorced because
Man, which
Go ahead.
it costs a lot. Like to get married and get divorced, that's expensive as well.
Point is, you got married for the wrong. If you got married for health insurance, then why would you not expect to end up divorced?
Man,
stay tuned. We'll be right back. First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B.
in the morning,
live from the void. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't you go nowhere. Yo, welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B. Buddi3 Da Gawd. You like that jam, huh?
I was about to start kicking some bars, man. Hey, some MCs, they call me God.
Sucker MCs. That's what's up, man. Hey, appreciate you joining in, chiming in the chat. Everybody that's chiming this morning. Thanks for dealing with the new look we got going on here. We're live from the void right now. Star Trek Rich had to go out of town, so we are doing it outside of Weberized Studios this morning. But don't forget about Weberized; they hold it down for podcasting and all that good stuff. So, got to get to it, man. Chat's going off about all this subject is always a hot one.
Man,
everybody needs a place to live. We all got to figure this out. People living with fam, people living with each other, people married for the wrong reasons, people got a whole lot of decisions being made just off of the fact that you got to find affordable, safe housing,
man,
adequate, affordable, safe housing. That's all there is to it. Yeah, shout out to Ike, rest in peace, a friend of ours. That just to give you some history on that beat, I made this beat and we did some stuff to it, and then our friend Ike Owens came and remixed it and put it on his album. And that's where that beat is from. But it's time to revive it, man. If you feeling it like that, put some bars on. Let's go. Let's do it.
Man. Yeah. Raw.
Suck MCs. Mr. Erica Felt in the chat says, I mean, let's be real. Marriage is to provide financial protections, but to have to. I've been proposed to by 4 different men in my life, never been married because I didn't like the reasons.
Hmm.
Uh, marriage to provide financial protections? I mean, the institute of marriage, the legal
Yeah.
institute of
Right. Right.
marriage
Right.
will give you
Right.
financial protections, right? I know
Right.
people that are getting married, they know, they wanna be able to take care of the person that they've been with all these years, and the government won't let them have access to certain things, so they go ahead and get married so they
Hmm.
can.
Hmm. Hmm.
Understandable, but, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a personal philosophy. What is it? What are your reasons for getting married? I didn't want mine to be money, safety. It just
Right. Right. Right.
it just felt bad. Yeah,
Yeah, I will say that's not why I got married, but there are benefits. There are benefits.
man, that's rough. Facebook user money or the lack thereof is the number one stressor in households.
Definitely, definitely.
On-
The most divorces are due to financial struggles and kind of the problems that stem from those kind of disagreements and those stressors.
Right. Wanda Lewis says a relationship guru Kevin Samuel passed away yesterday.
Yes, yes, that is been confirmed.
That has been confirmed. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know who he is. I saw little clips of him here and there. Didn't really get into his whole thing, but he was a YouTube star
Mhm.
that shifted from men's grooming to relationship advice, and he was really kind of a controversial figure. There was a lot of people that was
Yeah,
like, no. So
very polarizing.
yeah, but again, no matter who anybody is, nobody want nobody to die. So,
Man,
that's sad news. They don't know why yet. They think it might have been heart failure. They're
mm,
not sure. But yeah, it was kind of shocking. He's a young cat. So yeah, Sammy. I don't
man.
know if you know who he is, but yeah, Kevin Samuels passed away yesterday. Interesting. Oh, Brooke is saying what? Really? From what? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
not it's
Not
not
sure.
confirmed. It's not confirmed. It was a rumor that it might be heart failure, but not confirmed. Miss Brooke Allen says, what happened?
Read Brick's comment.
Okay. You got ahead of me. I missed the financial benefits of being married because it's hard out here for a it's hard out here for a pimp to make money for the rent.
Yeah, no. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's rough. It's rough.
Oh, man.
What I did was I depended on business partners, and we'd go into little ventures here and there. I mean, we doing that now. That's
We making it happen. We making it happen,
we
Captain.
doing
But
that
yeah,
now, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I decided I was like, yes, nah, I'm not. I'm not. First of all, you got to pay for your own life.
Man,
As far as I'm
man.
concerned, yeah, we all things being equal, we got to pay for our own lives. Is what it is. And I can see, yeah, you can team up in the benefit of if you're close with somebody. But I mean, you can be close with people without, that's with and still be able to share things with each other. I mean, we all should be doing that anyway. Like
Yeah, yeah. I
putting
mean,
people on. That's the real boss move right there. If you can put people on and help them make money, then that's what a real boss is. And it don't gotta be just your wife. It could be many people.
man.
Hopefully it'll be a lot of people around you. So
That part. That part.
yep. Tonight Patterson says hi.
Hey.
All right, laughing out loud.
Hey.
Wanda Lewis says Kevin Samuel says women need to be married by age 25. Now what we gonna do for advice?
Ah.
That's cold.
Picking up
Shots
a little
fired. Too
sarcasm.
soon,
Right,
too
right,
soon.
right.
Yeah, man, but yeah, this is interesting. We never really gotten in deep into this topic before because we're trying to solve, living wages where you got to do what poor folks do in order to
Man.
make it. I mean, let's not, how about everybody just have a living wage? How about we get in there with that? What's up with that? Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, we'll be able to get there with some of these recent moves and possible investments into the community. Where
That would
people
be nice.
you ain't got to shack up to live, man. If you want to shack up, go ahead, but
Right.
don't make that a need to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, it is not it couldn't be a factor that way. Pop says marrying for love is a recent phenomenon. For centuries, marriage was all about financial situations and unions for power. And that has been throughout most civilizations.
I have to
Uh,
agree.
Yeah,
I have
true.
to agree.
Didn't seem like it was a cool situation though to me. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
there was a lot of like arranged marriages and child
Man.
marriages and take this daughter because I can't afford her type of marriages and all kinds of stuff
Yeah, and then you get into
under
the
that pretense.
unions for power and incest, and we get into some of these royal families. You know.
And then go back in time and ask the women, was they happy with in them situations? That's another thing. Women want to be happy these days, and we want to make them happy. So now Patterson says the way these jobs set up, assembly not included on these relationships. Well, I'm telling you.
Ah,
Brother Muhammad says struggle is ordained. Everything in life has to struggle to maintain its existence. Very true.
that's
Very true.
truth. Islam.
With that said, we're going to go ahead and switch gears here and jump into. As a matter of fact, we have a special guest in the house,
Hey.
Senator Tony Vargas. Put some respect on his name. How you doing, Brother Vargas?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing good,
All right,
man.
man. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. Thanks for joining us.
Buddy,
We
Paul, I appreciate you.
thank you,
Oh
man.
man,
Appreciate you.
thanks, man. Likewise, likewise.
We are hot in conversation right now. There was a forum where they were talking about affordable housing just recently. A lot of Omahans
Mhm.
stepped up and talked about those things. And we this crowd, every time we talk about that, we slide into this talk about, well, if we can have a living wage, then maybe we can have the housing will be a little bit more affordable, so on and so forth. So first of all, those of you who are in the chat and those of you who are the ghost listeners don't know who this is. This is Senator Tony Vargas. He's running for Congress. And we're happy to have him on. I was hoping to get you on before the vote date, so I'm glad we did. We want to
Appreciate it.
absolutely give you a minute to let us know what's going on with you and your campaign, and then maybe you can help us out here with this idea of a living wage and affordable housing and what your
Yeah, man.
stance on it is.
No, yeah, I'm happy to. So, yeah, I just want to thank everybody. I know I was supposed to come on. I wanted to come on before the election. I think I was going to try to come on last week. I had a little miscommunication, but I just appreciate both of you for helping me out. I actually was spending time with family, trying to celebrate the memorial of my father's passing from 2 years ago when he passed away from COVID. So that means a lot. And for those that I have not met, my name's Tony. My name's Tony Vargas. I'm a state senator, but I don't lead with that. Usually, what I tell people is, look, I'm a father. I got two young kids. I'm a working dad. Usually, in pretty much any of the spaces that I'm in, it's like me, Senator Wayne, and probably like 5, 6 other people that are usually the working parents that are trying to figure out how to make ends meet and figure out how to take care of our kids and try to figure out how to be good policymakers and good public servants. And so I've loved my time. I've served in office for the last 10 years, but look, I don't come from a lot. My parents actually are from Peru, and I'm first generation here. So when we talk about things like a living wage and affordable housing at that time, when my parents came here, they were busting and hustling to try to make sure that they can make ends meet. And they work two or more jobs to be able to do that. And at the end of the day, their sacrifice is the reason I became a public school science teacher. It's the reason why I became a school board member. It's the reason I got into public service in the first place these last 10 years, because I wasn't seeing individuals that just came from everyday backgrounds that also, hustled and had to really struggle at different times in their life. And I think if we did have those people in office, things would be really different, quite honestly. So it's really nice to be here. I appreciate you all, and thank you for making the time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for
definitely.
coming. Appreciate you. And condolences to the family about your father.
Yeah,
Um, you
thank you,
know,
man.
that was a heavy story when it broke with us, man. We've been around, been friends for a while. As a matter of fact, my mentor, Jonathan Benjamin Alvarado's in the house. He's saying good morning
Hey,
to all and to my brother Tony. That's what's happening, man. That's the fam in the house for me. So I love it.
That's
say
right.
BA.
Yeah, man. Yes, brother. So, like I said, we've been talking a lot about a bunch of things here. As a matter of fact, we went to a couple of town halls with Brother Senator Justin Wayne and Terrell McKinney. Put some respect on their names when it comes to this 450 million that they were asking for. They ended up getting a lot of that. And congratulations to them. But we also heard some other names that was in there too. Senator Carol Blood, Brother Tony Vargas. that was also instrumental in pushing for money for the North and South Side as well. So again, man, how do you feel? What do you think is going to happen with the funds that are going in? Is any going to go to affordable housing, small business, things that'll help people have a living wage? What's going to happen with this money?
So first, let me say this. We absolutely have to address our living wage. You know, everybody always talks about the fact that Nebraska has low unemployment, which is true, but our employment, where people are working 40 or more hours a week and are still living in poverty, they're still on Medicaid, still on SNAP, that's it's not a living wage if you still have to be on many of the programs that are meant to be lifelines to you.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things we're trying to solve here. And it's not just through these funds, obviously. You know, I've had a lot of conversations with Senator Wayne and Senator McKinney over the last several months. Usually what we do is we create small lifelines. You know, sometimes it feels like it's just a reactive step. You know, what nonprofit needs this here? What do we need to do to fill in this gap? We do not think very much about what would it look like if we had, you know, 300 plus jobs that make 60,000 plus a year that have benefits. What would it look like where there was real small business innovation pockets that we had capital that was available from the state, and then we had the resources and everything around it? What would it look like if the housing we were doing wasn't piecemeal, but we were thinking about like really big housing projects, similar to like what we did in 75 North back in the day, but even much more expansive? I think that's what we've been really struggling with is we have a once in a lifetime set of funds. We have to do something with it. And we haven't decided what all the projects are. We just know that as a committee, we're going to come together. Senator Wayne's the chair. And I appreciate his leadership on this. You know, this wouldn't have happened without him. And what we're going to try to do is making sure that as a committee with Senator Wayne, myself, Senator McKinney, Senator Wishart, Senator Lindstrom's, Senator Hilgers, Senator McDonald, and others, that we're going to kind of come together and then look at all the different project proposals that come in once the RFP gets released. And we're going to focus on where is the most transformational economically, you know? So that's it. And that's a really big pie in the sky. But look, when you have this kind of money, instead of filling needs or trying to, you know, put a Band-Aid on something, this is not the time to do that. This is the time to think real big. But my hope here is the kind of jobs that we either incentivize or are trying to create, or working with companies or private entities, those jobs are high-paying jobs that have healthcare access. That's like that for me is that has to be in place. It's what we did in other programs, but we have to do that. Otherwise, we're not addressing these wage gaps. You know, it's not going to happen.
So that's your focus. Then your focus is high paying jobs. The job you would like to see that money go to beefing up employment and things like that, so that we don't have so many programs that we have to depend on all the time. Is that correct?
It would be that, and then it would be housing. And it, you know, sometimes we talk about affordable housing as, and you said it like, well, if we made more, then we wouldn't have to build affordable housing. I talk about workforce housing a lot. And for me, it's just a nice way of saying like, look, our parents, right? Our parents, when, you know, doesn't matter if they were here for like 7 generations or they just came here a generation ago. Every single one of our parents bought a home or is trying to rent a home. It's their first home. And when they did that, that's the American dream. I want that home to be able to be something that can actually last a lifetime, is going to be able to meet the needs of the family and the community. If we can build more workforce housing, it's different than when we're just talking about just building affordable housing. We need to build all types of housing so that we can also keep people here. People leave and go to other parts of the community, usually because of housing and jobs. What if they didn't have to leave North or South Omaha? What if they could stay in North or South Omaha because they're like, look, I got a great job, I got a great housing options, and I got all these great schools. I'm going to stick around and I'm going to invest in a place where either I grew up or I'm going to invest in this place that is someplace that I think we just need to stick around and we need to stay and be an actual neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. You sort of mentioned the proposal process, and also the committee that's kind of overseeing that with Brother Justin Wayne, put some respect on his name as the chair. It would there be opportunity for public input, and what is the process for those proposals? How, if people have ideas or organizations have ideas, how can they go about presenting them?
Everything will be released when it's on the timeline. I don't like giving away something that's the wrong information. We have
Okay.
not solidified the RFP yet, but I will tell you, none of this is being done in isolation of the community, and that's a promise. Not that I'm giving out. It's a promise that we've had the conversations about this for a while, and we're also trying to think about well thought out plans. And it's going to be deliberated and discussed amidst the community, and the public will know about it once it's released. That is for sure.
That's what's up, man. I want to jump into the chat a little bit. Miss Erica Felt is saying, speaking of jobs and being proactive, why are you pro universal preschool instead of universal childcare? That puts over 1,200 in-home childcare business owners out of work, and far more centers with their multiple employees will close. It's been proven that starting school earlier causes problems by high school, including higher dropout rates. Interesting comment. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't think I've ever put in a pro universal preschool. Well, you know what? I stand corrected. I did say I wanted to make sure that we are creating access to affordable and high quality preschool.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the way that I see this is this. I don't usually use the word childcare really at all. I use preschool because everything that's happening, it doesn't matter if there's an in-home center in a neighborhood, or if there is, a big center that's on the corner or somewhere in my community. Both of those are providing education access. I call all of this early education. Anytime between birth through 5, when a kid is getting support from somebody that is not their parents or families in somewhat of a structured way, I consider that the opportunity to make sure that education is being provided, and that's early ed. What I always want to make sure is, no matter what, if it's business owners in home childcare or if it's larger entities, I want to make sure they have the resources to be able to grow and even be more high quality. At the end of the day, when we talk about the correction system, for example, we talk about the child welfare system, the foster care system. I don't care what system it is. Every system, we expect it to be better, and we have to invest in it. I've constantly tried to invest in early ed and child care, at least the subsidies, but early ed space, because I don't know how else people, if you actually saw the margins of what they make and the salaries of what they're doing, and how many people they're taking care of in families,
right?
And you realize, like, how do they make ends meet? Like, it's literally crazy, and people don't know it. They think it's like the most lucrative thing in the world. Then they make ends meet because they are pillars in the neighborhood, but more importantly, we have programs that can help them expand and grow. We have scholarships that will help people get higher, certifications, that will also help people advance and go up and be able to go up this sort of a quality ladder. And it's all for free. We're really trying to incentivize these things. So that's what I care about. I just want to make sure, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, if you can't afford early education in some way, shape, or form, and I want it to be high quality and accessible, and I want it to be affordable in wherever you are, because if you're choosing not to work because you have to take care of your kid, and that's a choice that you're making, and you would make a different choice if you had early ed care, we need to address that. We need to address that.
So those of us, there's a lot of childcare providers here in the chat. Our group is made up of a lot of them. Just would I would say, keep in mind, there's a lot of in-home childcare businesses around, especially North and South Omaha, that provide that kind of community for those kids. For little lower rates, and but also doing some construction over there. Also providing they're also providing education to those kids as well, but also in that kind of neighborhood atmosphere where a community is helping a community do what a community does. So just keep that in mind. It looks like Mr. Erica Felt would be a good person to talk to about the dichotomy between the universal preschools that are taking some of those businesses away and trying to keep those small in-home childcare businesses running as well. I would just encourage you to look more at that a little bit. Also, I see that you got your person in the chat who is giving the links to those things too. Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
that takes a weight off of our shoulders to have to go dig that up and put that in the chat real quick. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. A couple more things in the chat before we move on here. Eric Hamilton says, if the Supreme Court is bought and paid for, how can we trust any institution? Really good question. Melvin Muhammad says, if we have keys to the world, the key is our unity, our purpose, one people, one humanity. That's how we try to live here. Tanaya Patterson says, what would need to happen to get a stipulation added to the receipt of TIF, having to accept subsidies, Section 8GA, in order to receive approval for those funds? What say you on that question?
Ooh, TIF. Well, I'll tell you this. That's an area where, I mean, this is usually a city issue. So that's. Tell me what the question is again.
Question is, what would need to happen to get a stipulation added to the receipt of TIF, having to accept subsidies?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the one good thing about me. This is what I tell people. Elected officials don't always have the answers.
Yeah.
And if they pretend like they do, well, that's not great. So I don't actually know the answer to that, but we can try to find that out.
Go ahead.
I just want to go and add. I will for I think what Tanai Patterson asked that question. I know Senator Wayne has some comments and has some thoughts about that, and has actually, I believe, put in some bills and try to make some moves to sort of restrict how TIF is given out. So that might be a better question for him.
Yeah, well, I was actually going to say, what is your thought? What are your thoughts on how many projects use TIF dollars and what is that a good thing? Do you see it as something that needs to happen more in certain areas? What's your thoughts on TIF in general?
I mean, exactly what you said. I mean, I don't like sugarcoating it. I want TIF to go to the actual really blighted areas. I want it to go to the places where we need to do real community development. Too often I've seen TIF happen in places that has not been what I would consider extremely blighted areas. And I mean, that's what it's meant for.
Yeah.
And at times, on the other side of the coin, they use TIF, and then something really big happens, and then it really provides a lot of economic innovation in the city. So I'm like, well, I kind of like that too. But what I don't want to happen is something like TIF and its intent is misused, and we're changing the whole intent. And that's what I want to really make sure doesn't happen. I know Senator Wayne has been working on that a lot as chair of urban affairs. So what I tend to work on is making sure that we're funding everything in the right ways, and we're trying to do everything we can to balance the budget, because I serve on the Budget Appropriations Committee.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was going to ask that. What committees or what seats do you hold beyond just being senator?
Yeah. So, like for example, this, a lot of the things that we just worked on that had to do with this North and South Omaha recovery project. I was working with my committee to make sure we were setting aside as much that we possibly can for the North and South side of Omaha, because they were the ones that were these communities, our communities, were the ones hit the hardest. So what we were trying to do is make sure that these funds were set aside within the budget process. We've been working the last 4 months on prioritizing the budget. So when we had $1 billion, right? So for everybody to know this, our incumbent congressman voted against COVID relief to come to Nebraska.
Wow.
And that money did come because it passed the Congress. And then it came to the states, and it came to the Nebraska legislature, $1 billion. And that $1 billion, that 300 plus million, that comes from the $1 billion that Congressman Bacon didn't vote for. I spent the last 4 months working in my committee with 9 members, most of which are Republicans and are from more rural areas, and set aside funds for the North and South side of Omaha. And then when we worked with Senator Wayne and Senator McKinney to make sure they were going right directly into their bill, that happened because we had those funds available. So that's what I've been working on. That's
incredible, man. That's incredible to hear. That's really interesting. Just to let people know, it's 8:04 right now. If you are keeping track of time, believe in the concept of it. We're sitting here with Senator Tony Vargas. He has graced us with his presence to come and talk a little bit about what's going on. He is running for Congress. If you have questions in the chat, go ahead and throw them. If you have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat for Brother Vargas. He'll be here for a few minutes longer. As a matter of fact, there is a question I want to jump to. Stephen Abraham says, Tony Vargas, do you feel communities that have nonprofits should have an equal amount of for-profits?
Brother question. Abraham, Stephen, what is up, my friend? Okay, so here's what I think. I think that we have a lot of nonprofits, and I think we do have a decent amount of for-profits. And I don't know if he's talking about like for-profit, community agencies or for-profit developments. At the end of the day, my North Star, or what I look at, is I want to address underemployment, where I want to address this low wages and, people are employed 40 hours more a week, but are not able to make ends meet. And I want to make sure that we are constantly looking at how we invest in small businesses and small entities, and also places that are going to create more job and economic opportunities. Because at the end of the day, look, especially with this $300 million, right? When it's gone, it's gone. Like, this isn't $300 million where we're going to get every single 2 years.
Right.
So whatever we invest in, doesn't matter if it's a for-profit or a nonprofit. What I care about, and I had this conversation with many of my members of the committee too, just like before we even started it up, is like, it needs to hang on its own, and it needs to be somewhat sustainable, because it's a once in a lifetime type of investment. But yeah, I just want to make sure that no matter what is happening in terms of nonprofits, for-profits, they're also led by people actually from the community and within the community. And if it's not somebody that's from the community, within the community, they're actually working alongside the community. Like, that's what I was doing as a public school teacher. You can't come into a place and presume you know everything about the place. That's not how things work. And when you do that, the unintended consequences, it's going to make people feel like you don't care about them and you're an outsider. And so I think it's not just to a nonprofit or for-profit. It's the intent, it's your vision, it's your values, and how you actually tend to really collaborate with the community.
Yeah. That's a fair answer. It's a fair answer.
As far as your race is concerned, I know that the incumbent is Don Bacon. He's when we were in the Mind and Soul days, he used to come on the show fairly often. Felt like we didn't really get answers to any of the questions a lot of times when he was on. I definitely think it's time for some new blood in these seats. And I know that you've been working hard on getting in the seats there. And I just am wondering. Well, first of all, I had a thought about the South Side. We tend to talk about the North Side a lot because that's where we are, and that's where we have been focusing. But we also know that our brothers over on the South Side have also have different needs and stuff over there. So I kind of wondered, like, if you become senator, what are some of the things that you're going to implement, not just North Side but South Side as well? What are your ideas for what's needed over there? From my perspective, it doesn't look like there's a lot of a need for small business investment and economic development. I mean, there is everywhere, but not as much as the North Side. For instance, South 24th Street is always thriving. I hope to be out there with you guys tomorrow because the parade always gets down. So
I'm gonna be there, man.
Man, we're gonna have a funky good time, brother. I can't wait.
Oh, for sure, man. This is my favorite parade. This is a shout out to Marcos Mora, because that parade is the largest Cinco de Mayo parade in the Midwest, one of the top 5 in the country. It is by far one of the largest parades in Omaha. It does not get enough of that recognition and respect. So here's my response. Like, look, like, North and South Omaha are different. There's a lot of things that are shared. There's shared need. There's shared redlining that has happened over years. I don't have to. I mean, for people that haven't seen, this is not a history lesson. This is more just facts. That there's been historic redlining that has continued to put communities, low-income communities, in spaces, and this, we've seen the generational impact of that. And we've seen it from the housing prices. We've seen it from health, the quality of housing. We've seen it from the jobs that are available. We've seen it from the small businesses in the area. It's truth. And the way to combat that, there's not one way. If there was one way and somebody's telling you, here's the way, we would have done it by now. I think the best way is we need to continue to make sure that we are investing in education. We need to continue investing in workforce. We need to continue to invest in better jobs. We need to make sure healthcare is affordable and accessible, removing barriers to that. Maternal health, maternal and child health. I worked on maternal and child health bill this year with Senator Wendy DeBoer. And I want to take all the experiences of passing more than 55 bills, working across the aisle, and bring that to Congress, because I think we need somebody that can not only talk about the policy, but can also talk about how it's hit and affected them. And every single one of these things, I've been affected by growing up. We need to invest in the child care tax credit. We need to make sure that we're investing in expanding Pell Grants so that more people can afford to go to college and to trade school and to community college. Like, we need to make sure we continue to invest in the small businesses that you even mentioned with in-home providers, that are in communities. We need to make sure that and so north and south side of Omaha, the biggest difference is we may have some more small businesses, but they're still struggling. We may have some sort of more landlocked and less opportunities for people to then create, like a new center. They exist. We have some fewer areas for affordable housing, but the need still exists. It's just, it looks different. And I will say the one thing that from this big proposal, they're federally qualified census tracts. The majority of federally qualified census tracts are in North Omaha. Wow. If you're looking at it, it's probably 2 to 1. So about, I can't remember the exact percentage, but it's probably 2 to 1 in terms of the number of South Omaha qualified census tracts to North Omaha qualified census tracts, which are the highest underemployment and highest need communities, which is why we're trying to invest these dollars in both those sides. So I'm going to try to do my part to make sure programs are working better. We got HUD programs that, gosh, they could be working better. We can streamline, making sure it gets out quicker. We can make sure that programs like Section 8 housing works better. That's not working better. People get on these, and that's going to affect my north and south side. Like, these are people trying to find homes. If you can't find a home and you got a kid, you're not going to be thinking about anything else. That's just the reality of life. And if you've lived it, if you're trying to search for an apartment or a home and you're trying to just get back on your feet. So we need to work on HUD, Small Business Administration, making sure the programs we got, Pell Grants, are working better and getting out to people. And we need to make sure that we're also investing in things like the child care tax credit and things that are going to be lifelines to working parents and working families, because I'm not seeing enough of that.
I hear you, man. Got about 2 minutes left, buddy. I see you chomping at the bit over there a little bit. You got a question for Brother Vargas?
Oh, well, really just wanted to get into the meat and potatoes, or the bottom of what, the main conversation, as far as the 55 million that's coming to South Omaha, and I believe 300. Not sure exactly what portion North Omaha got, but what's the transparency? What's the process? How can people get involved? Because that's what I've been hearing just from conversations in the community, both North and South Omaha. Kind of as Brother Eric Helmsley mentioned earlier, it's as far as just trust in the institution. And I've even heard, Senator Wayne, and I believe you yourself have even mentioned, like, the work to get the money has been done, but there's still more work to do. And actually the real work begins now.
Oh yeah.
So just kind of, when can the people look out for, I think, would you call the FLP, or what is it called? That's as far as the timeline.
RFP. Yeah, RFP. The request for proposals. Yeah. Request for proposals. Timeline here. I'm not going to give away the timeline because I can't remember what we decided on the timeline. We're going to meet here, but I will say this: Brother Wayne is not thinking is not thinking short term. He's thinking long term. He's trying to do this in the best way possible. He's trying to make sure, he knows that there's a lot on his shoulders, on everybody's shoulders in the committee. He said that in the press conference. He said that a lot. He's basically like, the work begins now. Like, and there's a minimum amount set aside for South and North Omaha. That is true, but that's just to make sure that we're setting aside some from these areas. We're going to look at the most competitive proposals and make sure that we're looking at outcomes. That's really what's most important. So yeah, we're going to do that work. We're going to get on it, and I just appreciate all of you, because it's unfortunate in the past when Congressman Bacon, like you said, has come on and hasn't been able to answer questions. I've been in the legislature for 6 years. I've worked on everything, that you could possibly think of. I've probably passed a bill in like every subject area, from like voting rights to housing to job creation. We've even cut low income and middle income tax cuts too. And then so my North Star is this: like, we got to get to work. We need somebody in Congress that is going to shake things up. New leadership is always a good thing. That's actually how Senator Wayne and Senator McKinney and I all got to the legislature, is because of new leadership. And at the end of the day, that is a good thing. And I think it's also important that the country see different type of leadership in terms of, like, I'm first generation. I was a free reduced lunch kid growing up my entire life. I was a Pell Grant kid, and I worked my way through college. I was a work study kid. Like, there's not people like that always in Congress. And for the last 10 years, just like my colleagues, this has been real public service in the legislature. So let's get some more public servants in Congress.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, new blood.
Hey, Brother Vargas, appreciate your time and your efforts here, man. Just to let people know, last time I saw Brother Vargas, we went on the North Omaha tour with Preston Love when he first got his band, and Brother Vargas brought his kids with him. He said, "This is my crew," so he was out there, as a father, and just see what was going on with us. So really appreciate that, and just appreciate you, man. My mentor, Jonathan Benjamin Alvarado, introduced us years ago, and we've been cool ever since. So really appreciate you supporting this venture that we're doing here with First Sky Omaha, and I hope that we can continue to help you do the things that you're doing as well. Before I get out of here, though, they're gonna jump on me if I don't ask you this last question. What's the best wings in Omaha, bro?
The best wings in Omaha. Look, this is where I don't assume anything. I'm all ears. So what you tell me.
We need your opinion on it. Where do you like to go?
Ooh,
are you a chicken wing dude? Are you a vegan? What do you like doing?
I'm a vegan. No, somewhere my wife's very, very upset. So we just call me a vegan. No, nothing against vegans. I just no. I like chicken wings, but I'll tell you, the thing that I usually go for is a good burger. So but yeah, man, a good burger, man, and I don't discriminate, man. Louis M's is the burger place in South Omaha. That's my joint. That's absolutely where I am. Here's my last plug, though. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
No matter what, Tuesday, May 10th is election day, and I know I've been listening to you in the mornings. You continue to have Politicking with P and other guests. Make sure to emphasize the power to vote. The up and down ballot is really important. So I just appreciate both of y'all, Paul and Buddy, for making this happen and for giving me some space. And I look forward to coming back on. And I appreciate both of you. And I will take suggestions for wings, and I will go check them out.
Well, now I got burger lust on my mind. Now I got to go get down a little later on this afternoon.
Man.
Hey, appreciate you coming on, brother. We'll have you on again as well. And good luck in the race.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Peace. There it is, Brother Tony Vargas running for Congress. Like he said, vote date is the 10th. One thing I forgot to tell him too is go back and look in the chat. There's a lot of people that are commenting and chiming in the chat. Brother Vargas, if you're still listening, definitely go back and read some of those comments there, and reach out to some of our chat chimers and respond to some of the things that they're talking and asking. So other than that, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you to get to know the candidates and all that good stuff. We had Alicia Shelton on before, and as a matter of fact, Alicia called us again and wants to come back on just to encourage everybody to vote. So we're going to have her on Monday again and talk a little bit about that. She's right here with us. Like, it doesn't matter who, just vote. Just go do what you got to do. So that's the person that Tony Vargas is running against in order to get to get Don Bacon's seat. So is what it is. So anyway, we got another special guest coming in very soon here. Jamin Johnson from the health department is in the wings. We're going to go to take a quick break and we'll come right back. Just stay tuned real quick. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, live from the void this time around. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Just picture yourself right near the beach. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Looks like Buddy had to go take off and handle something real quick, so I'll just jump on in and say hello and thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody that's chiming into the chat this morning. Really, Mama God, trying to make it to the beach reality this summer with my entire fam. Thanks for the imagery. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I got to get back to some salt water myself, some sand and salt water. I really need that for sure. Mama God said his people may hit us up on the back end. Yeah, I think so. I think Brother Vargas is very diligent like that. He has a really great team. They came on this morning and provided some links and some feedback. So that was what's up. Rome's reviews, Senator Vargas, wash hands. We know that wash hands now means applause. So, yep, applause for Brother Vargas. Appreciate that. Brother Muhammad said, please give some feedback on this question, sir. Thank you. Talking about the question that he posed a little earlier. Let's see. 2020-21, it's been reported that 18,599 students that were counted as truant. That equates to 102. I'm not understanding these figures here. 192308 per day. Children. Oh, I see. Children absent for more than 20 days. Oh, my bad. Absent for 20 days. Man, I can't get this right here. And to see what happens when Star Trek Rich ain't around. This is just I'm all over the place here. Hold on. There we go.
Hey,
grief, man. Okay. So per day, children absent for more than 20 days of school, 182 days scheduled in OPS. Your view of this issue. Yeah, Brother Vargas, if you're still listening, or if you go back and listen to this show, definitely answer that question if you can as well. Because as you can see, there's a lot of people running for school board in our chat and a lot of child care providers in our chat as well. First Sky Omaha, all about the children.
Man.
So anyway, thanks for joining us again. Thanks for tuning in and chiming into the chat, man. We can't do this without you. The discussion is off the chain as once again. Amy Huffless says, morning fam. Good morning, Amy Huffless. Good to see you. Yep. We have another special guest in the house. So we're going ahead and bring him in now. This is a new guest, somebody we haven't had on the show before. So appreciate you coming in, Mr. Jamin Johnson. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks
for coming. Yep.
What is your title over there at the department?
Sure. So I am the health equity advisor for the Douglas County Health Department.
Health equity.
Yes, it's a new position in a new office. So the Douglas County Health Department stood up an Office of Health Equity. Over the past several months, we became full strength January 1st, and I'm excited to be here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm kind of curious. Is this in a response or as a product of the recognition of the Douglas County Health Department that racism as a health crisis? Is that a part of that?
Sure, it is. So the health department's been working since about 2006 to really expand our capacity to address health disparities, to address racism as a public health crisis. And in 2020, the Board of Health declared racism a public health crisis, and they had the forethought of embedding 22 action items into that resolution, and one of those was the creation of an Office of Health Equity within the health department. So
okay.
Wow. Okay.
Man, that's good to know, because I've been kind of curious. I remember that plan. Is like you said, it's now been about 2 years. Haven't heard much. So it's nice to see that, you know, at least they did one of the actions and created this, and I'm guessing now your job, now that this position has been created, is to kind of foresee or oversee the rest of the plan. Is that a correct assumption?
That is correct. That's correct. So right now, my team and I were working to take the guidance and direction of that resolution and translate that into actual action. Like, what does it take to actually do these things? Who's responsible for what, and how can we just continue to generate interest and recognition that, you know, racism still exists, that it is in fact impacting people's ability to live, survive, and thrive. So,
man. Oh well, Paul, you got.
I was just thinking what he just said right now just sounds, you know, so opposite of what our leadership in this state right now is saying about racism. Not you know, they're almost saying racism doesn't exist anymore. So I'm wondering what kind of kickback and pushback you get and this department gets with the creation of it.
Well, you know, I have only received a warm reception so far. I will say that, you know, I'm a trained public health professional, and we are backed by sound data to support that racism in fact impacts people's ability to maintain health. And so we also know that there are a lot of other factors. There are factors, you know, social factors that are impacting people's abilities to thrive. Earlier, I heard you answering a question around education. We know that, you know, being able to access and receive a high quality, well functioning education impacts a person's ability to maintain health. So everything's interconnected, and being able to draw on that, and also recognize that health disparities exist and across our community. People are experiencing challenges in unique ways, and that those challenges impact their ability to you know, live a healthy, fruitful, productive life. And so just imagine adding that additional factor of racism on top of it. It is a thing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. You sort of touched on it as far as your background and just who you are, and kind of how you came into this position. Can you give us a little bit more information? Are you from Omaha? Born and
I'm
raised?
not originally from Omaha. No.
Okay. Okay. So where are you from?
So I'm from Wyoming. I spent after college, I spent several years in Wyoming working in local law enforcement, and then moved on to the Wyoming Health Department, where I worked in several areas. A good bit of my work experience is in maternal and child health, working with moms, dads, babies, and families. So those are all areas near and dear to my heart. And then I received the opportunity to use my experience and come here. So I'm pretty happy to be here.
Right on, man. Well, we're happy to have you. I think we're gonna have to have you on several times, because I want to deep dive into this department, and you know what kind of good it can actually do. You know, we've been kicking around saying that they passed this law saying that that racism is a health disparity. How what does that look like? What do people in your department in the scene here say that looks like? Like, how does it affect us physically? How does it affect us financially?
Sure.
Well, not even financially. We already know how it affects us financially, but how does it affect us physically to where it would be a health disparity to our community? Like, what exactly does that mean all the way? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, we can look to, and I'm speaking in general terms, but I think a good place to look is even at just life expectancy, you can see a reduction in life expectancy based on race and gender. It can also be connected to a lot of other factors, but that's one place where you see it. It's tangible, it's real. You can see that in our infant mortality rates. When you see, first off, I want to be really clear. We are definitely wanting to make sure that no baby dies before their first birthday. I think that, if a baby is dying before their first birthday, that's a sign to us at the health department that we need to take some pretty immediate action to address that. There are underlying disparities that are causing babies to not survive past their first birthday. And life expectancy is the same. If we see a reduction in the average life expectancy, we have to figure out what that is and why. And some of historical data has shown that people of color, people of lower economic status, sometimes have reduced life expectancy rates. And so all of those things are things that we are tangibly going to start to track better so that we can respond more quickly when those disparities pop up.
So when you put it like that, man, it seemed like you need a whole department just to look into the health care facility disparities. Like you talk about life expectancy with babies. There's also Black mothers are more prone to die in childbirth. The health system is more prone to give them cesarean sections for childbirth. I mean, you can go. There's so many racist situations that happen just in healthcare alone. That now I'm like, how is your department going to handle all these potential? Because we're just talking about just in the pediatric wing right now. So like the job, what is it that you guys, that you're saying track things first. So the number one thing is going to be tracking some of these things.
That's, the thing is, we were set up in a good way. This office was set up with a health educator, with a health equity epidemiologist, and myself. So we have the capacity to do more than one thing at the same time. My partner, who is an epidemiologist, can do a lot of that tracking and help us identify some of the causes or the trends that are emerging. And we can still at the same time continue to engage with our hospital partners, who right now are really taking some pretty big steps towards transforming the way they view equity. I've been meeting with several of our partners in our local hospital systems, and I have to say that they're working really hard to try and implement some tangible change as well. And we can support them in that. We have the resources and the ability to do that, because really it's going to take all of us across this system to be able to have a meaningful impact. It can't just be the Douglas County Health Department, but we recognize that we have a responsibility to lead in this work.
There you go.
And a lot of that has been laid out in that 22-point plan, which actually led to the creation of this office. So I'm kind of curious, how closely are you sticking to that plan, and where are you in that plan? Like, what step are you on?
Sure. So, we've been engaging with members of the community throughout the community. We have advisory committees that represent voices from South Omaha, advisory groups that represent North Omaha. We are trying to find ways to engage authentically with people across all of Douglas County to get their voice and opinion and expertise. Because we also recognize that what we might identify as a disparity might not be on the radar of people, because they might not have the capacity for that to be. There might be something else we need to address first before we dive into what we've identified as the leading issue. But we've boiled down these 22 steps really into four categories, into four what we're calling strategic directions, and that gives us an ability to divide up the work and to set like some reasonable timelines, identify who's responsible for what roles, and to start to set some a schedule of when some things when we need to start seeing results, so that we're accountable to ourselves and we're accountable to the Board of Health, and ultimately responsible and responsive to our community, and explaining what we're doing and why it's important. So right now we're working to finalize that work plan, and we are very open and eager to receive feedback on that work plan, and the areas that it might need tweaked and changed to work better. And at the same time, we are still working on a lot of other things. We have a close. I call him our plus one in my office, because he's not directly attached to the Office of Health Equity, but he is definitely a champion for health equity work within our department, and he has been spearheading our involvement in a racial healing project that was initiated with hospital leadership at hospital systems across Douglas County, to recognize some of the impacts of longstanding institutional racism. And
who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Andy Wessel.
Oh, okay.
Many people will know him. He's done an amazing job of representing our department in that work. He's continuing to do that, and yeah, he's definitely, when I refer to my plus one, I'm talking about Andy.
All right, got it. Hey, we're going to jump into the chat real quick. Running time. So, first of all, Paul Philman is asking how is reducing child poverty factored into the equation? While you're thinking about that question, let me read a couple more here. Mama God says, I've never been able to understand why people believe racism does not still impact folks' lives. Of course, racism is alive and it's still keeping good folks down. You ain't lying. Wanda Lewis says, did you work with Lindsay Hughes in Wyoming as well, since that's where she's from? And here's one from the Friends of Sky Omaha. What is the cure for health disparity that we all know exists? We all know exists. That question has got me wondering what you mean by that one there. But first of all, how is reducing child poverty factored into the equation?
Sure. We recognize that economic security it is one of the central points that impact people's ability to access care, access food, access sustainable housing, transportation. It can dictate the quality of the schools in which your children are able to attend. So poverty and childhood poverty it cannot really be separated from the work that we're doing. We recognize that our responsibility to be present in spaces does not always reflect our responsibility to lead in certain areas. There are people better suited and poised to lead in the efforts of childhood poverty than we might be right now. Our job is to recognize who those people are, find out how we can better support the work that they're already doing without duplicating that work and complicating it, muddying the water, but also being very clear to point out that childhood poverty is a leading cause of negative health outcomes. It is why we see kids sick, kids dying, kids struggling to just make it. So yeah, childhood poverty is definitely something that's on our radar, and we're trying to find the best way for us to engage in supporting the work that's happening around that.
That's what's up. We have some questions in the chat about where can we find this information. Is the plan laid out? You mentioned that you're looking for feedback. Tell us how we can contact you guys and get some feedback there.
Sure. So as we kind of put the finishing touches on the draft of our work plan, our hope is to put that out on our website for people to be able to see and consume, and then we hope to have a series of listening sessions, really, where we can show up and just listen, where we can put it out there and allow for people to give us feedback whichever way they feel is appropriate. We understand that we represent the government, and I'm happy to do that. And we have thick skins. We're willing to listen, so we want to do that.
Gotta have thick skin in this business for sure.
Definitely. I did want to reiterate something you mentioned a couple of times. And I personally have been one. I'm very actually happy to have this conversation, because I've personally been one who's been trying to hold Douglas County Health Department accountable to this 22-point plan that they put out 2 years ago. And it's kind of bittersweet to see it took 2 years for your office and your position to be created, but at least they're doing something about it, which I am glad to see. But you did mention, and I did want to reiterate, that it's not fair to you or your office or the Douglas County Health Department for any of us to expect this plan to end all racism or to be the end all be all. You mentioned that it's going to take everyone, and I did want to acknowledge that point. So I'm definitely eager to see the work that you're doing, and would love to be, as Paul mentioned, more conversation and have you back more frequently to continue holding your office accountable, and also allow our viewers to be included in this conversation, because that's definitely something that we're all interested in.
And I think you just need to go ahead and just end racism by next year. So I'm just
no mas
racism. We're gonna go ahead and let you go get about your day. But we, like I said, we'd love to have you back and have more conversation.
Thank you so much. It was great starting my day with you.
Oh, thank you. If you get a chance, go back and check out the show here. Jump into the chat and see some of the other things that the people that we call our co-hosts, our chat chimers, we're asking questions, and maybe you can help answer some of those. If you go back and take a look and see what they had to say there. And again, we'll have you back, and like Buddy said, we're going to hold you accountable.
Thank you. Sure. I appreciate that.
Yep. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Lucia, for hooking us up, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
There you go. There was Jamin Johnson from the health department. Man, brand new situation there they got over there. Brand new department.
Yeah.
Finally with the plan. Finally get with the plan. I love it.
Took them 2 years, but it's something. So we'll continue to keep asking the questions and keep looking into it, because this is one of the only times that we've seen an official recognition and an official acknowledgement of racism and the impact it has on lives, and an official, like, from some government entity to actually do something about it. So again, big shout out to Jamin Johnson for taking the time to speak with us, and we'll definitely continue to look at that tract and what's going on with that 22-point plan.
For sure. In the meantime, between time, we'll take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about the haps. We're going to talk about what's going on this weekend. So get your haps ready. Haps coming up next. Everybody's loving that beach vibe. Let's go back near the beach.
Right near the beach.
We'll be right back, y'all. First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Hey, Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd. Welcome back. No mas racism.
Man. Might need to be a shirt.
Yeah, man, for real. Mama God said young brother bringing it. That's what's up, man. I'm glad it's going down.
I will say though, not a slight to him, but why they keep bringing these people from everywhere else? Are there no qualified individuals in Omaha?
Good question.
Again, not a slight to the brother. You know, I'm glad somebody's doing the job, but you know.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know, I don't know, man. You know, it seems to be Omaha's whole goal is to attract young talent and bring them
build it and they will come.
Spill a lake in a baseball field, they'll come.
Man, like Facebook user says, took 2 years and we have a placebo from Wyoming. He will be held accountable until there is a fix in place.
Yeah, we have to have him, bring him on, man, several more times. Then, you know, brother gonna need us.
Man.
I don't know what he stepped into in Omaha here.
Yeah, Wyoming's a different place.
Different place. Brianna Full says, with flights as expensive as they are right now, I'm going to have to pretend the riverfront is a tropical beach and call it a day. I heard that.
Right, be the closest. Man, oh, dang. Yeah, you're right near the river.
You got to bring your own sand to the river.
Man. Unfortunately.
It looks like a Facebook user, probably Vaughn Chapman over there, says it took 2 years and we have placebo from Wyoming. He will be held accountable. Thank you very much. We will absolutely be doing that. Paul Philman says, unfortunately, addressing health disparities without eliminating child poverty is trying to deal with smoke in a house fire without putting out the fire. Yeah, man. I feel like they got a large, that's a big thing they're trying to do there for such a small office.
Man, it's a lofty thing, but we're gonna hold them accountable.
Yeah. Wanda Lewis says, if the mayor has her say about Douglas County Health Department, their opinions don't count.
Kind of. Hey, you see why the former health director, why she got up out of there. So yeah, that tells you a lot. Even Lindsay Hughes, I mean, she's been catching some flack about what she's been trying to do as a health director. So yeah, that's a great point as far as what is the mayor, and I mean you kind of asked it, you know, Paul, how much pushback are they getting from trying to do this? He's fresh in there, so I'm sure he's been getting a warm welcome, but we'll see what happens once the work starts.
I gotta say, save your money, brother. Save your money. Herbster gets in. They might eliminate the department altogether.
Man, yep.
Cut
it off. use that funding to build a lake.
Right. So I got to tell Jamin, stack the chips, bro. Save that loot, because you never know about that department lasting. And furthermore, while you're saving that loot, make them connections, because there are other organizations and people in town that are fighting a good fight, and you can continue to help them as well, even if that department don't last. So,
man, that's what you hear.
Started to be so I don't know, defeat us a little bit about it, but like, we got a lot of hope in what's going on here in the leadership of Nebraska to have a whole department that's going to be addressing health disparities of black folks.
Man,
you know,
like I said, took 2 years. I'm glad they're doing something, but you know, we're gonna see. We're gonna hold that accountable.
Big time. Moving on. Thanks for everybody that's chiming into the chat. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, live from the void. People in the 7 studios here in Omaha, Nebraska, and what we are calling Life is God Studios over in Atlanta, Georgia. That's what's going on. I'm trying to give some, you know what I'm saying, some advice to I'm just saying, like, you know, we bring them on, bring them on in, and we'll plug him in where we can plug him in too, because he's you know, sounds like a very intelligent, educated, good-hearted brother that is trying to do some good work, and we just know how Omaha's going to kick up against him. So,
man,
you know, hey man, we you know, personally, we trying to be the gangsters of news out here. First Sky Omaha, gangsters of news, gangsters of connections.
Keeping it trail.
Yep. So thanks for everybody that gave the brother some love as well. Like I said, we'll definitely have him back and see what we can do to help him with his job as well.
We do wish him luck.
Wish him luck, and not just wish him luck. We're gonna help as much as we can on this subject. Buddy has been on it. He's like, yes, we're gonna hold them all accountable on this one.
Man, I mean, you can't let something like that slide. Like, how you gonna acknowledge racism, you know, and the fact that it's killing people and not do nothing about it? I mean, nope, you open that can of worms.
Not just not do nothing about it, but run on platforms that say it don't exist.
Man,
you know they're gonna go after that money. We gave money to this. Wait a minute, racism doesn't exist. Why do we have a whole department? Let's cut the budget right here.
Man, spend it on the lake.
We need another helicopter.
Man. Oh,
yeah, man.
Mine resistant tank.
Hey, they bought another helicopter since you've been gone.
Really?
Another one. Another ghetto bird and another one. Got infrared on it, got night vision on it. All so they can spot you, can find you anywhere, bro. What's going on? And another one. I tell you,
just about 10 minutes left. Yeah, let's go ahead and
jump into the haps, y'all.
What's the haps? What's happening? What's going down?
It's going down. Listening to time for the haps. Time to talk about what's going on this weekend. Lots happening this weekend in a big way. This is a big weekend, I got to tell you. Let's jump into the haps, man, and talk a little bit about that. And get your haps ready so that you can talk to us about what's going on. Christy Knorr in the chat has already started. Just come walk in the parade with Alicia Shelton tomorrow. Line up by North 9th, 24th, and D. We have 1,000 bags of candy to hand out. Dang.
Hey, okay.
Can I get 2-3 bags?
Man.
See what's happening.
Just a couple.
Yep. Oh, Brianna Full said another helicopter. They crashed the last 3. I didn't know they crashed.
Oh, dang.
Ghetto bird down.
Oh, man. Yeah, they need to invest in better pilots, not more helicopters.
Goodness. Christy Norris says, get out the vote rally Sunday 3 to 5 at Benson Park. So lots of get out the vote rallies going on because, Tuesday.
Man, it's that time.
It's coming up. The 10th. We don't got a few days left. The 10th. So, yeah, it's going down. I will have Alicia Shelton on Monday on the show. She'll I call Alicia Shelton the ultimate cheerleader. She rallies people and gets people moving like nobody's business. So she's going to come on and remind us what needs to happen the day after she comes on, which is the Tuesday, the 10th.
There you go. Also, if you speaking of Alicia Shelton, if you can't make the parade and walk with her, there will be also a rally in Benson Park on Sunday. That's from 3 to 5. Again, please join Alicia Shelton for Congress. Get out the vote rally 3 to 5 p.m. Sunday, May 8th at Benson Park. Bring the kids, enjoy a cold treat with us, and it's time to bring home the bacon, as Alicia says. So.
Bring home the bacon. I like it.
Yeah.
Before we get too far away from today, which is Friday, the 6th, lots going on today, especially BFF, Benson First Friday.
Yeah.
Time to go walk around, check out some art, see some things that's happening. While you're at it, come to the free show and check out some live music at the Benson Theater. Mariachi Zapata will be getting down with us over there. So come over, have a drink, and check out some live music from 7 to 10. You're on your artwork, man. And remember, we got those art boards inside the lobby as well. So that we're featuring art as well today on Benson First Friday. If you don't know what First Friday is, it's a institution that is kind of all around the country, really, in major cities where they have art walks and people can show their art and they walk around, check things out. We have one here that's pretty extensive. Benson First Friday is a institution here in Omaha, Nebraska. So shout out to the brothers. There's a whole organization that helps put that on when the weather gets good. So here we are, and it's time to go check it out. So most definitely. Paul Fimmer says, Alicia Shelton reminds me of Stacey Abrams. That's right.
Ooh, okay. Quite the comparison.
Brianna Full said, if you requested early voting ballot, get them turned in this weekend. Drop them off at the Election Commission or at the drop box around town. Also, check out my latest endorsement from Brenda Council, Aaron Feichinger, and Marcy Yates, and vote full for OPS if you live in Subdistrict 2. So there you go, man.
She's campaigning.
She's on her campaign hard. That's what's up.
You're still campaigning. Also, I wanted to mention, if you're planning to go to Benson First Friday and you just want an art-filled day, before that will be a North 24th Street art walk. So you can also check out the Deuce, check out some of these works from the North High seniors who are displaying their work. Again, this is in conjunction with the Culture House Union for Contemporary Arts, a Great Plains Black History Museum, and Spark. So again, shout out also Fabric Lab. So again, shout out to all the North High seniors showcasing their work in this. V's up. So yeah, just go ahead and have an art-filled Friday going down to the Deuce. Check out them and then head over to Benson and hang out, have your good old time.
Yeah, man. Gotta do that. Yeah. Gotta do that. Let me see in the chat real quick. Christy North says, vote, y'all. Our lives depend on it. Your vote matters for sure.
Yeah. Also, going with Brianna Full said tomorrow will be extended hours at the election office until 6. The election office will be open tomorrow until 6.
Yep. I went down there Monday to try to see what was going on with my situation there, and it's a strange little place, but it's cool. But a couple people I heard came in, they were like, I want to change my party to Republican, and they seemed to be all about that. And then I told them that I wanted the Democratic ballot, and they said and all of a sudden they got real loud. We need a D ballot over here. They got real ridiculous. Oh my God! Would you come down here and stand down here? I thought so it's one of them little situations, man. A lot of
stressing them out, Paul. Stressing them out.
A lot of patriots down there. But go on down there, look them in the face, do what you got to do. Miss Erica Fell says other states have declared today each year as National Child Care Provider Appreciation Day. Don't let Caillou be the reason you forgot to show your appreciation today. So there you go. Child Care Provider Appreciation Day is also today. So definitely call your child care provider. Tell them you appreciate them. Give them a tip. Give them some extra money. Look at smaller child care facilities that are in your neighborhood that you can frequent instead of some of the big organizations out there. Definitely check that out. Brother Muhammad says he's still in the race too. MelvinMuhammad.com. Tap in to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, check him out. We have several candidates who frequent the show and chime into the chat. Brianna Full, Brother Melvin Muhammad, also Shar Shelton. So again, check out, be an informed voter. That's what we want you to do. Check out their campaigns and check out their websites. See who jives with you the most and make an informed vote. That's really all we ask you to do.
Most def. I just want to give a little heads up too. Don't go ahead and mark the date on here, June 18th. It's the Steampunk Tea Party from our partners over at the House of Afro Capes and Curls. Definitely check them out. They're gonna do it at Noma at the Old Loves Jazz. So I was like, you bold, but they're gonna do it over there on 2510 North 24th Street. We'll see. 3 to 7 Steampunk Tea Parties going down June 18th. Put it on your calendars. Everything that the House of Afro Capes and Curls does is off the chain. And it's a funky good time for real. So we're feeling that. Also, don't forget, the new Black City Hall is what we call it. The North Omaha Breakfast Club goes down over there at Black Coffee, 5001 North 42nd Street. The breakfast is steadily expanding. I saw they had shrimp and grits and catfish and grits and stuff over there again now. So they're just steadily expanding the menu and doing good work. Every time I go down there, I see the heavy hitters of North and South Omaha, and that's what's up. So don't forget about who they are and what they do. Only breakfast in town, as a matter of fact. If unless you, I don't even know where you drive today. Oh, Christy North said it's closed today. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to mention. Yeah, they are closed today because they are actually competing. They have been selected to compete in the first round of the Midlands African Chambers Pitch Black competition. So they are going to, looking for some grants, looking for some financial assistance. They said this win could put us in a better financial position and definitely allow us to keep our doors open. So stay tuned. Wish them luck. That's
what's up. Paul Philman says Carol Blood for governor. We get down Carol Blood.
New blood.
It's new blood where it's going down. So there you go. Brother Muhammad, the best choice is Melvin Muhammad. You're just right, man. Speak your truth.
Man, talk your stuff. Also, speaking of new blood, the new blood over at MSNBC, man, Omaha's own Simone Sanders will be getting down. So again, if you're looking for something to do after tomorrow's parade, definitely go over to Johnny T's. There will be a watch party for the launch of Simone's new show on MSNBC. So definitely let's support Omaha's own doing big things.
Yeah, man. We don't talk about Johnny T's enough too, man.
Get down.
Yeah, they get down. I like that they're gonna have a watch party for Simone Sanders tomorrow. That's what's up. I might try to slide by there, have a drink, and check out Simone's new show with the group with the fam. That's
support.
What's up. Yep. coming up on 9:00. If that's all there is to it, you know that you can always put what some of the things that you think we need to be checking out in Friends of First Sky Omaha, the group page. If you're a ghost listener or a chat chimer and you have not joined the group page, please consider doing so. Go over to the Friends of First Sky Omaha group page. Just type in Friends of First Sky Omaha in the Facebook search. It'll take you right to the page, and you can go in, join us and see some of this news, some of the things that we're doing over there. That's kind of where we get all our news, all our haps. A lot of haps is going on right now, not a lot of news, because it's vote season, so everybody's is putting their stuff in there to try to get you to vote for them. So and rest right, and a lot of haps happening too. A lot of things that's going on to encourage people to go vote. So rallies and things. So yeah, that's what's up. Hopefully I'll see you tonight. I'm definitely gonna be down in Benson hanging out. Because one of the perks of working at the Benson Theater is I get to see the shows. So I'll definitely be there then checking out Mariachi Zapata and having a margarita and hanging out a little bit down there. So maybe I'll see you down there tonight. And if not, then I'm sure I'll see you out here this weekend, because we'll be there's the parade tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo parade tomorrow down South 24th Street. And then I'm sure you guys will be doing some Mother's Day brunches. There's something going on Sunday. So take care of your fam this weekend and all that good stuff. And we appreciate you chiming in. Monday, we will have Alicia Shelton on, as well as representative from the Reader, from the Noise, and from Flatwater Free Press. It's going to be a packed day of news and all kinds of good things. So join us Monday. Yeah, same time, same place, 7 to 9. I'll be back over at the Weberized Studio. Shout out to them. And in the meantime, that's what's up. Buddy, you got some words for the peoples?
Oh, one last thing, man. J&J, the FDA has, COVID, that's still happening. That's a part of the haps. COVID is still happening. No matter what Caillou says, it's not over.
Right.
So, again, please protect yourselves. It's even hit home for me. Definitely get well soon, Mama God. But again, if you are one who's considering getting vaccinated, the FDA did announce that it is limiting the authorized use of the J&J COVID-19 vaccine for adults, as it has been linked to life-threatening blood clots. So again, whether you're voting, whether you're putting some in your body, whatever you're doing, please ask questions. Please be informed as possible and make the best decision that you can. So
those of you that have the J&J shot, maybe go to the doctor, maybe get some stuff done, whatever you got to get done to check for them blood clots.
Man,
just keep it on your mind, because that's what's up. Unfortunately,
educate yourself.
Yep. With that said, we're gonna get out of here, buddy. What you thinking? What you want to tell the peoples?
Man, as always, we love, appreciate, and thank everybody, the first-time listeners, last-time listeners, ghost listeners, those who's chiming into the chat. Tell your mama, tell everybody. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. So until next time, Paul B, go ahead, take it away, man. Everybody have a good weekend. What you got for them?
I forgot about that one, man. We used to say, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your bald-headed granny it's going down. Hey, we want to thank everybody for chiming in the chat today. Also, Leah Keister says, thanks for an awesome week of shows. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you very much. Brother Muhammad says, tell Lottie, tell Dottie, tell every damn body. Muhammad in the house.
Hey.
You got bars. Miss Erica Phil says, hey, drink your water, keep your space. COVID is real. Be good to yourselves, everyone, for sure. Pop says, another exceptional show. Thank you, and have a great weekend. Appreciate you. Tamika Johnson gives us a heart, love, peace, and sunshine. That's what's up.
Hey.
Paul Phillips said, got my second booster. Be careful, brother. Be careful. That's all I got to say on that. But Muhammad says that they're not going to solve this problem. They have not answered for it. Sorry, just saying. Well, we're going to do our best to try to solve whatever problems come our way by this group storytelling and discussion that we're doing around here. So we appreciate that. We hope it helps, and it definitely helps us. And we appreciate all of you. Want to give thanks to the Omaha Tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Want to give a shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before them. And I want to give a shout out to all of the chat chimers that are doing so well at chiming into the chat and bringing up some good points and some facts and some opinions and all kinds of good stuff for a great conversation on a lot of these subjects that are affecting us personally and directly. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to all the chat chimers, all the ghost listeners, and all the reoccurring members of the channel as well that help us out financially. If you are not a reoccurring member and you are so inclined to be one, please go to firstsky.omaha.com, hit the donate button, become a reoccurring member. We have $5, $10, 15, $25, and $50 members right now that are helping us each month continue this conversation and helping us pay for the technology and everything that we need to be able to do that. So if please consider doing that. If you're able to, we really appreciate that. And we will have some more events and more things coming up. We got perks coming with these things coming pretty soon too as well. So thank you very much for holding tight with that. We hope the shirts will hold you over for a little while until we get to some other live shows and perks and things that's happening. So
I was actually gonna mention, if we can get some pictures of y'all's and y'all in y'all shirts representing, that'll be appreciated. Be appreciated.
Shout out to Kimra Snipe. Shout out to a few people that did that already. So
yeah.
Take a picture with your shirt on. Let us know. Paul Philman says Lincoln tribal land controversy.
Might have to look into that.
We'll have to look into it. In the meantime, we'll catch you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Hopefully we'll see you at the parade tomorrow as well. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red